Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. I've been looking at San Francisco. And again, San Francisco is a very beautiful place. A lot of cities in California are very beautiful, but it's being run by the wrong person. And they have this mayor right now named London Breed. She's a black woman. And I think people got her because they got caught up in, oh, well, we'll have a woman and a black woman, the whole representation thing. And London Breed has been running that city into the ground. You look at the homeless problem, you look at housing, you look at corruption, you look at the crimes being committed. It's crazy. And I think it's time for a Republican to run San Francisco. I think people in San Francisco should vote for a Republican if, that ever happens. And I know San Francisco is one of these ultra liberal cities that, it'll probably take God to walk the streets of San Francisco for them to vote for somebody that's a Republican. But I think that, they need to do it. And my whole thing, like I said in another podcast, is try voting for a Republican. And if you don't like it, then, vote for a Democrat again after 4 years or, try something else. But, for people in San Francisco to keep on voting for Democrats and then complaining about the results is just, it's crazy in my mind. I mean, if you look at even some of the news stories I've seen news stories where there was a news story where a guy was, I think, visiting from somewhere else and his car got broken into. I mean, those stories are common for a lot of people visiting or people who are tourists, and they think about San Francisco from what they see on the pictures, but they don't realize it's a different reality on the ground. And even if you look at this recent incident where they had a football player, there was a football player who was playing for the San Francisco 49ers, and, he ended up getting shot and almost robbed. And so that doesn't make San Francisco look good. And it's a beautiful city. I mean, you have a lot of rich people in San Francisco, but, people don't want to go to a city where they don't feel safe. And businesses don't want to be in a city where they don't feel safe either. And that's what's happening. And it's sad because it's taken all of these, high profile incidents to happen in San Francisco, these incidents that are hitting the internet and people are talking about them, for people like London Breed to do something. I remember before you had people acting like, oh, well, this is over exaggerated and all this other stuff. And, a lot of people in San Francisco have been taking videos and trying to expose the problem. But, for some reason, London Breed always acted like somebody was telling a lie. And so these incidents that are happening now, she can't run and hide from. And, that incident that happened with the football player, that looks horrible. Because if a football player isn't safe, somebody who's supposed to be loved in the community, then really nobody's safe in San Francisco. And I think right now she's trying to do something about the homeless the tents on the ground with the homeless people and stuff like that. But, she should have been doing these things in her first term. A lot of these mayors and people in California, they waited until people started really exposing what was going on for them to do something. And so now she wants to clean up the homeless, and I'm happy she's doing it now. But, why did she wait so long? And, it's crazy to me. But I don't see why people in California keep on supporting Democrats. I mean, you're getting incident after incident where, streets aren't safe, things aren't clean, there's corruption, and these people still want to go out and say, you know what, I want to support Democrat because of representation. Like, people need to get past all this representation, get somebody in there who can just do the job. I don't care if that person's Asian, I don't care if that person is Puerto Rican, like, get somebody in there that knows what they're doing. I even said in another podcast that I made, if you had a pipe that bursts in your house, you don't care how the person looks. You just want somebody who's qualified for the job. And London Breed doesn't know what she's doing. And again, people got caught up on, oh, well, she's black and she's a female and this is historic, and people got to get past that. Especially, I know some of the business owners in San Francisco, the small business owners, are not happy. And I looked at one video where some businesses are leaving. They don't feel safe. And so, when you have a city where people don't feel safe, well, why is someone going to set up a business there, no matter how much money they have? And so, again, I think people in San Francisco need to look at some of the Republicans and maybe give a Republican a chance. And if you don't like what the Republican politicians doing, then try something else. But please don't keep on voting for Democrats every single year or every single election cycle and then complaining about the results. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror and say the problem is you. If you're voting for people like London Breed every year and then you say, oh my God, I feel unsafe, then shame on you. So in the comment section, let me know how you feel and, just give me some feedback. Thank you.